All right, man. Let's continue to talk heavy. Let's speak on Ben Johnson and Jared Goff. I hear a lot of people, the Chicago Bear fans very happy with Ben Johnson. We gotta wait and see. But a lot of the fans, and Lions haters and people skeptical say they want to see how Jared Goff performs without Ben Johnson as his play caller. To some people, that's a fair question. Dan Campbell's already said that he wants to keep, the verbiage the same. He wants to keep the offense the same, and that's why he hired John Morton. Now, there was a Jets fan in the comment section who said that John Morton made a trash Jets offense look pretty decent when he was there. So, like I said, the mindset of humans is, well, without this guy, he's going to take a step backwards. And we had heard the same thing, and we thought the same thing without him having Sean McVay. But Sean McVay was a hindrance to him because he was doing things that cover up Jared Goff deficiencies. And, what Dan Campbell kind of said was they made those deficiencies strengths. So human nature, especially in these times where it's not the best of times in the world, we think of negative. What if John Morton could come in there, which he also, from what was said, helped install this offense? What if he can come in and make Jared Goff better? Now, the thing in the comment section is Goff is limited because he's a pocket quarterback. That doesn't make you limited, because eventually every quarterback has to sit in the pocket, and they can't use their legs forever. At some point, Steve Young had to learn to sit in the pocket. At some point, Elway. At some point, Vic did it. At some point, Randall Cunningham had to do it. So being a pocket quarterback, it doesn't limit you. I think it helps you as you get older that you can't rely on your athleticism, that you have to rely on your mind. So it isn't a hindrance as far as from that. But, Goff really not having a lot of pocket mobility. Like Brady and Manning had pocket mobility. Their ability to slide in the pocket and deliver, from, off platform, or being able to slide in the pocket. And that's what Goff has to work on. Goff has to work on being able to slide his feet, his pocket mobility. Slide his feet, make a throw. And if he is able to work on that part of his game, then I think he will be okay. But what if John Morton is able to build on that? What if he's able to bring something different to Jared Goff, to the offense? And that can, it just seemed like the Lions at the end of the season, they got away from the play action a little bit. So, but honestly, it's a natural question that him and Goff had a lot of great rapport. And conventional thought is, that he's going to go to Chicago and Ben Johnson and have the same success with Caleb Williams in the Chicago Bears. So it's like, well, it was Ben Johnson, all doing, and Jared Goff, without Ben Johnson to be lost. And, what if it was Jared Goff? What if Jared Goff played a major part of that? What if Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell played a major part of that? Because the soldiers that he had in Detroit, he can't take them with Chicago. We don't have the same talent level. We don't have the same offensive line. We don't have the same head coach. We don't have the same talent evaluator. So if you think about it, everybody's basically just saying, well, Ben Johnson was responsible for all the success they had offensively. Well, we're going to find out. And I'm not saying I sit on one side of the fence or the other. It's not what this video is about. It's just kind of opening people's mind. It don't have to be, one guy is leaving, so it's going to fall. He's going over here and he's going to build this. Guess what? They like to condition people in society where there's a good and there's a bad. There's a, I hate when they sit here with their lights, their high beams on, man. Like, dude, if you can't see with your regular lights on, there's a problem. But they want to make you seem right or wrong. And I said this in one of my Patreon videos. Check out my other channel. Listen to the description. All my other channels, all that's in the description. Just go to that link description and see that. I'm gonna put it in this link tree when I get some time, right? But they like to condition people to think it's a good or bad or right or wrong decision. Sometimes, if you took job A or job B, or you took route A or route B, guess what? Maybe they both was wrong. Maybe they both was right. It doesn't necessarily have to be a right and a wrong. It could be a wrong and a wrong and a right and a right. In this situation, they both can just been the perfect mesh for each other, and they had their pinnacle of their success with each other. I'm talking about Ben Johnson and Jared Goff, right? One could have held one back, you know? Or, you know what I'm saying, they both can go on and have success. It's not a right or a wrong all the time, you know? So when people sit there and kind of say, like, well, you know, we'll see what John Morton can bring to the table, and we're going to see what Ben Johnson can bring to the table for Chicago. We've seen rocket scientists before fail as head coach. We've seen offensive geniuses fail before as head coaches. It's a different position when you're the head, you know, of a team. Maybe John Morton to see something that can build on Jared Goff. Maybe he can get to somewhere Jared Goff, you know, that Ben Johnson didn't get to. Maybe he get back to basics. And if you listen to them installing his offense, you know, one thing I loved about Ben Johnson, he asked Jared Goff what he was comfortable with. Another thing I loved about him, he customized his offense to the strengths of his team and to the weaknesses of the opponent they played. He was a true student of the game, a mad scientist. You know? So we're going to see what John Morton is able to do and bring to Jared Goff and the rapport they are. And there will be some nuances in his offense. They're going to keep a lot of things they did. And he's going to bring some things they did in Denver, some things he did in the Jets. They're going to bring a lot of things. You know, some things that David Shaw liked to do, throw the ball. But my whole thing about it is, I would love to see them kind of get back more in a power run game. I would love to see more whams, slams, powers, pulls, toss, crackback, crackdowns. I would love to see that type of stuff. With they blockers that they have on the outside with their receivers and they block the tight ends, I would love the Lions to have a part of their run game that's old school power. And that's one thing I like about Andy Reid. Part of his maturation is just not finding Patrick Mahomes, which is a huge thing. Because we will see Andy Reid get in a lot of those NFC Championship games and get trigger happy or pass happy. You know what I'm saying? He'd get pass happy. And then we would, you know, now we seeing him, if they have to run the ball 50 times a game, you know, that's what they're going to do. And he you know, they bringing these running plays there and you know, they doing all these different run formations. I'd like to see the Lions get back to old school football. You know, running the ball with an up back. Pulling those athletic offensive linemen they got. Having the receivers crack down and block. I would love to see them kind of get to more of an old school run game. Remember on Little Giants, his favorite play, I forget what it was called, power something, it was called something. I would love to see that. You know, they do a lot of the cutesy run game, and I would love to see them just say, put a fullback in front of some of these guys and let them get downhill and go get it. Put a hat on the hat. And obviously still keep some of the run game that they got now. I like it. But I also thought with all the athletes that they got and the guys that's willing to block, everybody willing to block, even the quarterback is shown. I thought they would really, you know, excel at a run game like the Cowboys used to run with Emmitt Smith and the Great Wall. I really thought they would excel with that type of run game. And in the times they use it, I would love to see them find a really good fullback and see what David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs can do behind that fullback. Not just use a tight end as a fullback every now and then. I would love to see it. I would love to see the Lions come downhill and smack people in the mouth. You know? I remember O.J. Simpson before he died used to be on Cam's show. It's called Come Talk to Me. It used to be called It Is What It Is. I don't know how they changed it. And he was talking about the Giants. I think it was on the Giants when Saquon was there. That they would benefit if they got Saquon Barkley. They would benefit if they got Saquon Barkley a fullback, and he would be a better running back with a fullback. And football always tries to evolve, and sometimes it's devolving. You know, I think that is a word. Go backwards. Sometimes you just got to get back to the basics. Run the fucking football with a fullback and see what happens. I'm telling you, I remember the backs are fucking love it. And in football now they get cute and they like to run it with without a fullback. And I think a fullback leading the way, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. But damn, what the hell was that? I'm trying to figure out what that was. Jesus Christ. I don't know if it's a bird hit my shit or what that was. On this highway at night, man, anything can happen. I don't know what the hell that was. And they just did this road. That's the messed up thing about it. They just did this road. That's crazy. I don't know if that was a rock or what. That's crazy. But hey, I'm alive. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Get all notifications.